Right, so as you can tell by the title, it's about Britain Get Talking. So if you aren't aware of what it is, it's just about speaking your mind, letting out all stresses, just basically letting out how you feel. So I'm going to say my take on it, how it's helped me. If you weren't aware, I've got a stutter, so that does give me, I'm not saying I've got anxiety, but that definitely does give me, that gets me anxious in certain situations, quite a lot of situations. I've done a whole video on it, go on my channel and find it, but I'll just be talking in this video how talking with people and like learning from talking, how it's helped me. So hopefully you enjoy. Like and subscribe, comment any suggestions or improvements. So real quickly about me, as I said, I've got a stutter. So if you weren't aware of what that is, I struggle to say some words, so I might get like stuck on them, like duh, 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 or like I might just like not be able to talk and just like freeze up. That does happen quite a lot. If you look in my videos, I think it just happened then. I don't even realise when it happens. But yeah, that does mean for me, I need to think about every single word that I say before I say it, which obviously talking is like the main thing you do with people. Like it's the main way you talk face to face, obviously. So it's a massive thing, which can obviously cause anxiety to a certain extent. So I just want to say now, I'm not trying to say I've got anxiety or anything, but in a lot of situations I am like very scared to talk, and that's just the way it is. So that can prevent me from talking or like doing what I want to do, saying what I want to say, which may not sound like a big thing, but like I said, you don't realise just how important talking is. Like, so you take that away from you, or you hinder that in some way, and it makes day-to-day life a lot harder than you might think. So obviously that then gets you down because you feel like you're not the best person you can be, I guess. So yeah, I've been in like quite a lot of like negative spirals. Again, not saying I've got mental health, because that is a bold claim to just throw out. I'm just saying I can feel down sometimes. Everyone can. So yeah, that can send me into like a spiral of just like negativity. And when I'm negative, my stutter gets worse and worse and worse. So it's a domino effect, and it just keeps on going round and round until I actually do something about it. So yeah, like I said, this is specific to me, but hopefully you can try to implement this into your own life or something like that. That'd be quite cool. So yeah, as I was saying, talking for me is quite a hard thing to do, even when I'm comfortable. Say in my own house, it can be quite a hard thing to do, which is ironic because talking about it is what helped me. So I can't talk, it makes me feel bad, but then talking makes me feel good. It doesn't really work when you actually think about it. But I won't lie, talking is a massive thing. Like talking about it, talking about how I feel. I've gone to therapy, things like that, talking about it, trying to find solutions. But I found the best way for me, because obviously you can't put one solution for everyone. It's just not going to work. So you have to find your own solution, I feel. And my solution was to just talk to people about like how it makes me feel, if that makes sense. So now I'm actually trying to say it. It's actually quite hard to put it into words, so bear with me. It might not make any sense. But like in college, for example, the first thing, not the first thing, like hi, I have said that. One of the first things I say to everyone who is like going to be my mate, pretty much, is the fact that I've got a stutter, which may sound stupid, but it instantly puts me in a more relaxed zone, because then they're aware of it, whereas you feel like you're not being judged. So I start with just saying I've got it, and then explaining what it is, because surprisingly not a lot of people know what it is, which then yeah automatically just puts me in a more like relaxed zone, which obviously helps me so it isn't as bad or as frequent, I guess. And obviously my main point in this is just to say it doesn't make me never stutter again. That's not the point. It helps me and it calms it down, but obviously it's never going to stop happening. So it's about controlling it and preventing it, if that makes sense. Obviously that's just for me. Everyone's got their own thing, their own mindset. But for me, my stutter will never go away. But it's about how I prevent it from happening as common or as frequent, I guess. I think that there's a point in there. So yeah, it's important to realise that just because you're talking about something, it doesn't mean it's automatically gonna go, and then you'll feel bad because it's still there, even though you've spoken about it. You have to imagine all your problems are like on your back, and you're carrying them all. So if you start talking to people, I call them problems. Let's just stick with that now. You're giving your problems to everyone else so they can understand, and it takes the weight off you. I think that makes sense. I think the saying is, a problem shared is a problem halved. I think I've just made that up. But what I am trying to say is, it's just important that you just speak your mind, how you feel, because you may think it's only a short-term thing, you may think it's a long-term thing, so you don't really want to care about it because it's always going to be there, or it's a short-term thing, so it'll pass, you don't need to worry. But whatever it is important that you speak up, because as I said, it doesn't automatically get rid of everything, but it can make it a lot easier on you. Also, for me, it's helped me understand about myself a lot more, because I find when I'm talking about something, I start to, oh, actually no, it doesn't mean that, it means that. And you start to understand it more yourself. Again, that might just be me, but whether you're talking to family, talking to friends, just talking to someone, like, there's a lot of like phone lines you can call which will like help you. It's just important to let it out. That can help you understand it for yourself. Again, it just evens out the stress, so it's not all on you. It's important to get in the mindset of, it will go eventually, no matter what it is. Like, I'm as much as I don't think my stutter will ever go. You always have to have hope, because you just never know. But it's important to understand that it won't go the second that you talk to someone. But that is a major step to, I guess, getting back to yourself, if that makes sense. So yeah, there was a point in there somewhere, I think. Hopefully this helped you. Please put anything in the comments. I will be replying to everyone, just saying if you've got anything that you want to share, or if you don't have anything you want to share, just please comment, like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in another one. So yeah, cheers.